Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about something that a lot of people need to hear. 10 signs that someone is fake rich. You know the type. They're flashing money, driving fancy cars, and acting like they've got it all figured out. But beneath the surface, their finances are a mess. You know, the ones who screams, "Look at me, I'm rich," but something just feels off. Maybe their Lamborghini is rented, or their designer clothes are drowning in credit card debt. So if you're curious whether someone, or maybe even yourself, is putting up a front, stick around because not only will you be entertained, but you'll also learn how to spot these financial fakers from a mile away. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be a pro at separating the real deal from the wannabes. First up, the flashy lifestyle. We all know those people who are constantly showing off on Instagram, flying first class, staying in 5-star hotels, always out at expensive restaurants. It looks impressive, but what you don't see is the credit card bills piling up behind the scenes. They're spending big, not because they have the money to burn, but because they want everyone else to think they do. It's all about keeping up appearances, and it's often more about impressing strangers than securing their own future. It's flashy on the outside, but financially it's a house of cards. Someone who's genuinely secure in their finances isn't trying to impress you with a flashy watch or a leased luxury car. They don't need to prove anything to anyone. Their financial security is reflected in their investments, their savings, and their ability to live comfortably without the need for constant validation. They understand that real wealth is about building long-term financial stability, not temporary gratification. It's about making smart decisions, planning for the future, and ensuring that their wealth can withstand the test of time. So the next time you see someone throwing money around like it's going out of style, ask yourself, are they truly wealthy, or are they just trying to convince themselves and you of something that isn't real? True wealth isn't about the show, it's about the substance. It's about having the freedom to make choices, the security to sleep soundly at night, and the wisdom to know that the best things in life aren't things at all. Next, let's talk about status symbols. Fake rich people love to collect things that scream success, like luxury cars, expensive watches, or designer handbags. But here's the kicker. They're more focused on looking rich than actually being rich. They buy these things not for the quality, or because they need them, but to project an image. The sad part is, they might have spent their last dollar on that watch or that bag, and now they're stressed about how to pay their next bill. They'd rather be seen carrying a $10,000 handbag than have $10,000 in their investment account. It's like they're playing a real-life game of Monopoly, except they're using their actual money. They think a fancy car or a designer watch equals success, but in reality, it's often a mask for their financial insecurity. They're so busy trying to keep up with the Joneses that they forget about building a solid financial foundation. Real wealth doesn't need to be advertised. It's quiet, secure, and not dependent on the latest status symbol. Obsessing over name brands is another major sign. Fake rich people can't be caught dead in anything that isn't a big-name designer. They think the brand name on their clothes or accessories defines their worth. But honestly, it's more about ego than value. You don't need a $2,000 bag to carry your wallet and phone, but to them, it's not about functionality. It's about making a statement. This obsession with high-end brands is a trap because it keeps them spending money they don't have on things they don't need, just to maintain a certain image. Look, I get it. A Gucci belt or a Chanel bag can be nice, but when every single item you own has a designer label, it screams, "I'm trying too hard." It's like they're using these brands as a security blanket, hoping no one will notice the lack of actual wealth underneath. Real wealth isn't about flashing logos. It's about making smart financial decisions and building a secure future. So the next time you see someone rocking head-to-toe designer, take a closer look at their financial habits. They might just be a walking billboard for their own insecurities. Number 4. They are constantly upgrading, even when it's not needed. Fake rich people are always upgrading their stuff, even when it's completely unnecessary. New phone, new car, new wardrobe. It doesn't matter if the old one works just fine, they always need the latest and greatest. Their phone is barely a year old, but there's a new model out, so of course they have to have it. It's not just about the features or the performance, it's about having the latest gadget to show off to friends and colleagues. The allure of the new, the shiny, and the trendy is irresistible. They believe that having the latest phone will somehow elevate their status, make them more admired, more envied. Their car is perfectly fine, but a newer model with slightly shinier features just hit the market, and they're already trading in. It's not about the need for a new vehicle, it's about the desire to be seen in the latest model. The new car smell, The updated dashboard, the envious glances from neighbors. These are the real reasons behind the upgrade. They convince themselves that the new car is a necessity, but deep down, it's all about keeping up appearances. This constant need to upgrade, even when it's completely unnecessary, is a telltale sign of someone who's more concerned with appearances than actual financial well-being. They spend hours comparing the latest gadgets, feeling a mix of excitement and frustration. Excitement for the new purchase, frustration for the money spent. The cycle is endless. Buy, show off, get bored, repeat. It's a never-ending chase for validation through material possessions. They're stuck in a cycle of trying to impress others, and it's costing them dearly. The stress of keeping up with the Joneses is palpable. Every shopping trip is a reminder of their financial strain. They buy expensive items not because they need them, but because they want to be seen as successful, as someone who has it all. The receipts pile up, and so does the anxiety. The pressure to maintain this facade is immense, and it's taking a toll on their mental and financial health. Real wealth isn't about constantly upgrading your stuff. It's about investing in things that actually grow your money, not drain it. Number 5 is a big one. Living paycheck to paycheck. Fake rich people might look like they've got everything figured out, but in reality, they're just getting by from one payday to the next. They're spending so much on maintaining that image of wealth that they don't have anything left at the end of the month. They're not saving, they're not building wealth, they're just treading water. Living paycheck to paycheck is a cycle that keeps you stuck, and it's the opposite of what real wealth is about: financial freedom and security. The stress and uncertainty of living without a financial cushion can be overwhelming. It's a constant juggling act, trying to make ends meet. They might talk about their latest purchases or vacations, but the reality is often far from glamorous. Living paycheck to paycheck means there's little room for error, and any unexpected expense can lead to financial turmoil. True financial stability comes from having savings, making smart financial decisions, and planning for the future, not from maintaining an illusion of wealth while struggling to stay afloat. Number 6. More talk than action. Fake rich people love to talk. They'll tell you all about the business deals they're working on, the investments they're supposedly making, and the big plans they have for the future. But here's the thing. There's rarely any follow-through. It's all talk, no action. They're full of million-dollar ideas and groundbreaking business ventures, but they never seem to actually launch anything. They're all talk and no action, more interested in the idea of being wealthy than actually putting in the work to make it happen. They'll spend hours on social media, portraying themselves as business moguls, but their only real investment is in their carefully crafted online persona. They might brag about what they're going to do, but at the end of the day, nothing ever happens. Real wealth builders don't talk about their moves. They make them. There's a huge difference between saying you're going to do something and actually doing it. Another sign of a fake rich person is having a high-maintenance lifestyle but a low net worth. They're constantly spending on luxury items and high-end experiences, but when you look at their actual finances, they've got nothing to show for it. Their net worth is shockingly low compared to how they live. They're spending everything they make, and then some, just to keep up with this image. They're living a champagne lifestyle on a beer budget, racking up debt to maintain an image they can't actually afford. They're so busy trying to impress others that they're digging themselves into a financial hole they may never escape. Meanwhile, real wealthy people often live below their means and focus on growing their assets instead of draining them. Sign number 8 is no real investments. Real wealth comes from investments: stocks, real estate, businesses. But fake rich people don't think about that. They're more focused on spending money than growing it. Instead of putting their money into assets that will appreciate over time, they're blowing it on things that lose value the minute they buy them, like cars, clothes, and electronics. When it comes to building long-term financial security, investments are key. But for fake rich people, investing takes a backseat to maintaining their image. They might have a fancy car and a designer wardrobe, but ask them about their investment portfolio, and you'll likely be met with a blank stare. They're so focused on the immediate gratification of material possessions that they completely neglect the importance of long-term financial planning. They're living for today, with no thought of tomorrow, and their financial future is about as stable as a house of cards. Sign number 9, living beyond their means. This is probably one of the biggest signs. They're living way beyond their means. They're spending more than they make, often relying on credit cards and loans to fund their lifestyle. It looks like they've got it all together, but they're barely keeping their head above water. They're constantly juggling debt, trying to stay afloat while still trying to maintain that illusion of wealth. Living beyond your means is a surefire way to financial disaster, and fake rich people are the masters of it. They're drowning in debt, living on borrowed money, but they're more concerned with appearances than the financial time bomb ticking away in their wallet. They're confusing credit with actual wealth, and it's a recipe for disaster. Remember, true wealth is about financial freedom, not being enslaved to debt. Last but not least, behind all that glitz and glamour, fake rich people are often dealing with major financial stress. On the outside, it looks like they're living the dream, but behind closed doors, they're stressed out, arguing about money, and constantly worrying about how they're going to pay their bills. They might look like they've got it all, but in reality, they're just one financial emergency away from losing everything. Behind the carefully curated social media posts and the outward displays of wealth, there's a sense of unease, a constant worry about money that never seems to go away. They're living a lie, and the pressure to maintain the facade is taking its toll. They might be smiling for the camera, but behind closed doors, the stress of their financial reality is setting in. Real wealth brings peace of mind, not stress nor sleepless nights and mounting anxiety. Alright guys, those are the 10 signs of a fake rich lifestyle. At the end of the day, wealth isn't about what you can show off to others. It's about having financial security, peace of mind, and the freedom to live life on your own terms. If you're constantly trying to impress people or keep up with appearances, you're never going to build true wealth. Instead of focusing on looking rich, focus on actually becoming rich by saving, investing, and living within your means. If you enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two about spotting fake wealth, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more insightful content like this. Your support helps us create more videos that can help you navigate the complexities of personal finance and wealth building. And be sure to let me know in the comments below what other financial topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Thanks for watching, and remember, true wealth is about living a life that is rich in purpose and joy.